Ohio! That's Japanese, you know that. My assistant is from, I always forget that city. Not Osaka, not Tokyo, whatever. But she's the one who taught me Ohio. It's actually a longer formal greeting, but the short one is Ohio. And that day that I was in Slovakia, ministering among Roma and Slovakian pastors, and I didn't know there were people in the audience who watched my devotions. And as I walked up into the building to take my seat toward the front, I heard 3 or 4 yell out, "Ohio!" I turned around and I went, I don't believe this. I was in Slovakia, where they say "sosar," Roma people, to say good morning. Well, Jesus is before the Sanhedrin and they want to get rid of him. Forget evidence. You know, when you hate someone and you're jealous of them, you don't need evidence. You'll make up evidence out of thin air. When someone is jealous of you, always remember, they will be against you. You don't have to give them any ammunition. Let's not give them ammunition by doing wrong, but they don't need it. They're going to hate you because they hate you. They're jealous of you, case closed. Jealousy is a kind of moral madness. And remember, it's because of jealousy that they delivered Jesus to Pilate. We're going to read about that. Pilate was very street smart. He was hip, and he knew, as he sized up Jesus and them, and whatever he knew about Jesus, that they were getting rid of him out of jealousy. Not smoking weed, not doing drugs, not a sexual predator. Those are horrible, horrible, horrible things. But jealousy, a common everyday thing. Ministers can sin in their hearts listening to another minister preach because God is using him, and they get jealous of him. Why him? And not me. It's hard to talk when you don't open your mouth. Why him? He thinks he's so. He doesn't think he's anything, but you put that on him because that's what you have in you. People always accuse you of what they're in their own heart. So they're going to get rid of him, and now they're hitting him, blindfolded him, struck him with their fists, and said, "Prophesy." And the guards took him and beat him. While Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came by. When she saw Peter warming himself, she looked closely at him. "You also were with that Nazarene Jesus," she said, but he denied it. "I don't know or understand what you're talking about," he said. And he went out into the entryway. He's got to keep moving now, getting a little nervous. When the servant girl saw him there, she said again to those standing around, "This fellow is one of them." And again he denied it. After a little while, those standing near said to Peter, "Surely you're one of them, for you are a Galilean." The Galileans, when they spoke Aramaic, had an accent. And that gave away like a southern accent. "Hi, y'all." Or when I was at Rhode Island, University of Rhode Island, I had a roommate he was from New England, and he would park the car. He gave it away where he's from. So they picked up something from Peter, and they said, "Surely you're one of them." He began to call down curses, and he swore to them, "I don't know this man you're talking about." Immediately the rooster crowed the second time, or the rooster crowed. The manuscript's a little different. Then Peter remembered the word Jesus had spoken to him. "Before the rooster crows twice," or before the rooster crows, "you will disown me 3 times." And he broke down and wept. One of the Gospels has it in more detail that when that rooster crowed after the 3rd denial, Jesus was being led out and he looked at Peter. Every word he said about Peter, despite Peter's boasting and denials, "I'll always be with you. These other guys, they're shaky, but I'm a rock with you, Christ." No, he did exactly what the Lord said. He saw how weak he was. And now, unbeknownst to him, he's not conscious that he's acting out the very thing Jesus said. And he curses the third time and says, I told you I don't know him. And let's go by one of the other versions. Jesus looks at him, the rooster crows, everything comes to him. And now Jesus is looking at him. So, my friends, out in devotion land, I can't say radio land, online, how do you think Jesus looked at him? You know, you ever hear the saying, if looks could kill, I would have been dead? That's true. Sometimes people can give you a look. The look. Among the wannabe wise guys that I've met and who are connected somehow to the organized crime, mafia, and all of that, they actually would say that before someone ordered the hit on you, a guy who was a barber told me, it didn't happen to him, but he said, no, listen, Jimmy, he gave me the look of death. Because he cut off a famous gangster back in the 70s. He cut him off on the highway, didn't know it was him. And the guy had his driver come next to him and just looked at him, and he looked and he said, listen, I almost died on the spot because I realized who it was. What was that gangster's name? Oh yeah, Joey Gallo. He said, Joey Gallo gave me the look of death. You think Jesus gave Peter the look of death? I mean, everything came true. Peter let him down, fled, now denied him 3 times. You think Jesus gave him a look of hate and death? Or do you think Jesus gave him a look like, if these are my friends, who needs enemies? No. Jesus gave him a look of such compassion, like he gives us when we fail, that it made Peter go out and weep. It's his love that breaks us. Am I right, brothers and sisters? It's not his harshness. It's not him yelling judgment at us. That doesn't break us. It gets our attention, hopefully. But his compassion, his mercy, his patience. Jesus is the sweetest name I know. How about you? How patient has he been with you? Think about it. Stop and think. Why rush off to the gym or whatever you're going to do? How patient has he been? How loving? How kind? That's what overwhelms me. That's what makes me weep many times when I'm worshiping God and I'm in his presence and I hear other believers worshiping. I cry. My mother did that when she worshiped. I break and I cry, not because I'm sad. No, I'm not sad. But the thought of my unworthiness and his goodness. Te amo mucho, Señor. Don't we love him so much today? Blessings. See you next time.